The sales process is a process with different phases and stages. The skilled salesperson knows how to navigate their way through these phases in the conversation with the buyer. In today's episode, let's go deeper on our bridges between the different phases. Welcome back to Year 5 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Training, Tokyo, Japan, and 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book is Zaegyo, which is a translation of Japan Sales Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. So let's all be at the forefront, be at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 218, Build Your Sales Bridges. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. We have a defined sales cycle in our interactions with clients. Build the trust, ask the key questions to understand need, present the solution, deal with pushback, and ask for the business. Of course, there is the pre-meeting preparation and the post-meeting follow-up, but the actual sales call runs through this cycle. Between these key phases, there are bridges we need to put in place to make the sales talk flow run smoothly. What do you do now? Do you have a defined phase, or is it looking like spaghetti rather than a roadmap? One of the key bridges is the very start of the conversation. In Japan, this usually starts in the lobby or their office, or you may be waiting for the buyer when they enter the meeting room that their staff have already shown you to. Many Western countries have gone all modern and dispense with business cards or meishi. But what a gold mine they are in Japan. I usually receive the meishi, English side up, facing me, because that is the polite format in Japan. I read the English side and then I flip it over because the Japanese side will have better information. If the kanji for the name is a bit on the rare side, I will mention that and ask if their family comes from a particular region where that name is more common. This is handy because it shows them that I can read Japanese. I know about Japan well enough to know their name is rare, and it gets them talking. Or I might just ask them about the position they hold inside the company. Japan is pretty good at small talk before we get into the main business. That is not how we do it in the West. I remember meeting a high-powered foreign president of a major multinational business here recently who had just arrived from the US for his Japan posting. I started with some small talk, got about 5 seconds into it when he announced, "Let's get down to business." I was fine with that, but I was also thinking, he's going to have a tough time in Japan because he doesn't understand the niceties of Japanese social interaction and decorum. Having hopefully built up a convivial atmosphere with the buyer, we get into the sales conversation proper. Japanese salespeople won't ask the buyer questions because it is considered rude to ask the buyer, also known as God, questions. This means they go forth blindly, delivering their pitch. We have 155 training modules in our lineup, so how would we know which ones to focus on if I didn't ask some questions first? Pitching is a sure formula for ejection, in my experience in Japan, compared to finding out what the buyer needs. So we need to get permission from the buyer to ask questions as the next bridge in order to move the conversation forward. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs, no sale. Can't present the solution convincingly, no sale. Can't handle objections properly, no sale. Can't close, no sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. We can do this by saying, well, we did XYZ for ABC company. Maybe we could do the same for you. I'm not sure, but in order for me to know if that's possible or not, would you mind if I asked a few questions? Or we could say, I've never been to the American Congressional Library, but I imagine it has books running from floor to the ceiling 5 stories high. I have the same thing in my brain regarding not books, but solutions for client problems. We have such a huge lineup. In order for me to select the most relevant pinpoint solutions for your issues, would you mind if I asked a few questions so I can narrow down what I should talk about? Having been able to ask our questions, we now make the decision for the client as to what they should buy. We only introduce those solutions and no more, or we have the danger of overwhelming the client with so much detail they can't buy anything. Before we get into the solution, we need to use a bridge to inform them that we can help them. We might say, thank you, and now I understand clearly what you are looking for. The specification, the quality, and speed of delivery required are all within our capability. Allow me to take you through the details. Or, having listened to what you need, I have refined our range down to the best solution to fit your needs. Please let me take you through it. At the end of the solution presentation process of feature, benefit, application of the benefit, evidence, we go into a trial close as a bridge to the next stage of the sales cycle. We say, so how does that sound so far? We're trying to flesh out any further questions, clarifications, or objections. When we face an objection such as, your price is too high, we need a bridge to be put in place before we attempt to answer it. We should always smile sweetly and say, thank you. May I ask you why you say that? And then shut up. Add nothing more. Make no interventions. Just sit there in silence until they answer us, even if we have to wait until hell freezes over. At the end of our explanation, dealing with their concerns, hesitations, and objections, we just say, so, how does that sound? Have I answered all of your concerns? We want to know if there are any hidden objections or sticking points preventing the deal from going ahead. If there are none, then we can just say, shall we go ahead? This is not pushy and is especially useful in Japan, where sales are more low-powered rather than like the high-powered American versions. As we move through the different phases of the sales call, we need to link the phases together, and this is why we need to have our bridges ready to go. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcast, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 219, we're talking about yes, boss, whatever you say. So, yoroshiku, onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.